How long is this fucking song?
I'm gonna be at the eye doctor at 3:30. The fuck?
There we go. There we go. Welcome to the Pork Report, everybody.
You guys made it through the intro. We're going to have to trim that down a little
Yeah,
bit.
my bad. It went a little long. Sorry.
It's Pork Report 12. We got a special guest here. What's your name, sir?
Philip Roth. You can call me Slick.
Here we go.
That's a Tony Curtis character in Vegas.
Oh, Tony Curtis. All the kids are talking about Tony Curtis.
No, Michael Mann. You know, I've seen thousands of episodes of Vegas. I had no idea Michael Mann created that show until last night.
Oh. Do you have a production company that you what's called...
No, it's going to be in charge of the special, Michael Manhole.
Is that true? It's you and Mark Summers, I hear. He's the EP.
For the past year, Pistol Pete, Earl, and I have been filming a documentary about Earl's life.
Is this true?
And Earl had to call... Who'd you call?
We're trying to, well, you know,
Ghostbusters?
we're filming a special, and at some point, and, you know, you got to look big time to these theaters, and we call the Studs Adult Cinema Theater. And we thought, well, we better come up with a production name so they think we're legit. So I'm a Miami Vice, Heat, Thief fan. I'm like, how about Michael Manhole?
So he leaves a message. Hey, this is
Michael Manhole Productions.
Also, you used the name from some guy from the White Shadow.
This is Coolidge.
Are you serious? You went back to White Shadow shit? That's amazing.
That was my first comedy influence. There, I stand by this.
Yeah, he is all the greats. White Shadow, Mr. Ed, Green Acres.
If you watch The White Shadow,
I don't even know if you can watch the White Shadow.
that's on Hulu.
Okay.
The golf episode where they take Thorpe, Coolidge, and Salami.
Fucking. What are you at the sample table at Costco?
No, the coach takes him to the country club, and the racist zingers. It's like
It's your heaven.
like the black waiter goes up to Thorpe and goes, "How would you like your food?" And he's like, "On a plate."
Look at him, he loves it.
And then Salami goes,
This is unbelievable. Unbelievable start.
the coach goes, "I'll have the roast beef au jus." And Salami goes, "Hey, is that what Goldstein gets?" Just so stupid. And then Coolidge walks in wearing like Payne Stewart knickers.
Yeah.
And Salami goes, "Hey, nice knickers, cool." And he's like, "What you call me?" That's where I got my sense of humor from.
Yeah.
And it was filmed
That was the most influential thing in your
on
comedy.
location
I would never have guessed White Shadow.
at Notre Dame High.
Thank
Notre
God
Dame
it wasn't
High.
American History X.
It's a great movie if you watch it backwards. Hello, boing.
So, Earl,
No, I'm Philip Roth. You can call me Slick.
little Heat reference here.
No, it's from
that-
That's where Michael Mann got Slick.
From Thief?
From Tony Curtis in Vegas.
No, but in Thief they're using it.
Right, but Vegas was 78, so he stole Tony Curtis's nickname.
Oh, man.
Tony Curtis, I think he was a real,
Real poon hound?
I mean, so much so he went to Dick.
How did you know?
That's when you know you've...
That is the sexual addiction spiral.
Tell me about it.
So this has been a rough week for you because your beloved WWE,
What happened with
Vince McMahon, once your hero, now your superhero.
Because he had a guy take a dump on his head?
I mean, I've had threesomes before. I've had gangbangs. I mean, I've, seen it all. And I've never once looked at the guy I was having a threesome with and said, "Hey, Slick, take a dump on her head. I'm trying to blow it out."
That's crazy.
And told her not to shower for an hour.
And the worst part is Vince McMahon got that from Tony Curtis in Vegas.
I mean, it's possible. I mean, Tony Curtis was a real cocksman.
Dude, you are on the. You got your finger on the pulse of what the kids are talking about.
But that's why, I'm funny to people who are 20 years old. They're like, who the fuck is Tony Curtis? What TV show's Vegas?
So you work on a lot of levels. Like, if people understand your jokes, then great. If people don't know who you're talking about, they're like, even better.
I don't want them to understand the joke because then I get to explain it.
Which is the best part of any joke. It really is.
Another great line from the golf episode of White Shadow.
You almost made him throw up.
So, Jesus Christ. I think he has COVID.
Unbelievable.
No. So, this means a lot to me because it was all filmed at my high school.
Oh, gosh.
So they're reading a golf magazine.
Yeah.
And Salami's like, hey, I think there's a lot of murder in golf. And Thorpe was like, why do you say that? Well, it says here, Nicklaus shot 64. Hello!
Dude, I didn't realize
That's
this.
funny, man.
But White Shadow really is your only comedy influence.
Because, like, when Coolidge walks, or no, it was Thorpe walks up to the bartender and goes,
Get it right, Earl. No one will be able to follow this story.
they're like, he goes up to the bartender and goes, yeah, I'd like to vodka on the rocks, hold the ice. Like, come on, man, that's funny, dude.
Wasn't that in the White Shadow episode Badminton?
No, it's Lynx season 2.
Jesus. What was the premise? I don't even know the premise
He's a
of
white
Shadow.
basketball coach.
It's a white basketball coach who coaches in the ghetto. Now, here's the funny thing. It was filmed at my high school, Notre Dame High, Sherman Oaks.
Which is a very rough
You
school.
couldn't get any wider.
It's a really rough private school.
There's more racial diversity high schools in Poland.
Yeah.
And we had to play against the black high schools in my freshman year. And
what happened?
well, we were number 1 in baseball.
Okay.
What about chess?
I mean, we had some. I'm one of the more famous alumni.
And because
Well, I mean, here's the other famous alumni: Tim Foley, baseball player, Pittsburgh Pirates. If you follow,
what year did he stop playing?
about 78 when he won the World Series with the Cobra, Dave Parker.
His brother Dave Foley.
Kids in the hall.
Who else was there? Rami Malek. He's probably the most famous.
Wait, he's not 55 years old.
I didn't go with him. I'm saying he went to Notre Dame.
He has a twin brother.
I bet he does. Giancarlo Stanton, the baseball guy.
Colonel Stanton?
Six-pack Jack McDowell, Cy Young Award.
Kirsten Dunst, I believe.
Yeah, that.
Whoa.
Nigel Miguel, the Nigerian basketball star.
What about Francis Ngannou?
I don't believe he would have met the qualifications.
Why? What are the
not white.
qualifications? He's got to be white.
Nigel slipped in.
Number one, they're like,
Does it say you must be this white to enter the school?
Basically, I played one day of football. I'd never seen black kids my size. I'm like, where are the golf tryouts? 'Cause my athletic career was over.
and then someone goes, hey, that's a life for the White Shadow.
Dude, I mean, that's where Salami, took down the girl.
Okay, so look, for about a year, we've been meeting up at your place to film stuff with Pistol Pete. And
Is this What Up, Pete?
this is What Up Pete,
Okay.
now turned into Pistol Pete.
Does he have a pistol? Is that why?
I bet he
no,
does.
this guy just calls him Pistol Pete.
Because you think he has a big wiener?
Well, I put my hand down his pants. I said, "Shut the fuck up." How did you get that rifle into this country? He said, honey, that ain't no rifle. That's my love gun.
It's okay.
Sorry, that's Paul Stanley and Kiss.
Yeah, I know.
What the fuck are you doing?
No, he did that. I always thought that song was about a water pistol. And then he does that story at the concert. It's like, honey, that ain't no pistol. That's my love gun. I'm like, oh, shit.
So you thought it was a water pistol? Like a super
like love
soaker?
gun. Yeah, like,
Oh, you thought it was he just sprayed it with people?
yeah, squirt.
Oh, you thought he just had cum in it and he was
Yeah.
spraying it out of a bottle?
Yeah, the innocence of youth. I thought he was
sprayed
jacking off in a water bottle.
He just sprayed his jizz everywhere out of water.
Lick
gun.
it up. I thought that was about a lollipop.
Have you seen the crazy shit he does? Like the super cuts of his intros? Like the one where he's like, are you ready to get sick tonight? Because you're going to get some rock and roll pneumonia.
I was talking backstage to this girl, and I said, honey, never lick it down, lick it up. And the guy next to me is like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Well, if you look it down too far, you get to the butthole.
Well, I mean, and that's where you and DeWitt and me just went our separate ways a couple years ago.
Yeah, people get mad online. They think we hate each other because I eat ass and you don't.
No, it's probably you can just replay the answer I had, 7 years ago to that.
Where you said it just wasn't your thing.
I mean, that's just like where shit is manufactured. So
yeah, it is. It's the hub. It's the hub of shit.
I mean, I've only had anal sex once, and
And how did it?
I mean,
how did your butt feel afterwards?
He said,
the guy was about 9.5, 12 in my ass. Boing. Yeah, I think I'm being banned from the mothership as we speak.
All right, so look, now we're trying to get a special made. Big Earl, big announcement, wants to film a special.
Well, it's going to be the longest special ever because we're doing about a 2-hour documentary beforehand.
We're going to make people watch it before Earl comes out.
really get him in the mood?
Yeah.
It's going to weed out. It's going to weed out the non-believers. And we've shot the opening.
Yeah.
I don't want to give it away, but it is an homage to a Sylvester Stallone film.
Well, it started out as an homage, and now it's the furthest thing from an homage it could possibly be. Dude.
Hey, Cobra?
Oh.
Maybe it is, maybe it is.
Let's just say this intro was shot in a garage in Venice when it was about 102 degrees outside.
In LA comedy, there's 765 rapes every 2 hours. 7 unfunny roast battles every Tuesday night.
Hold on.
3
You started with rapes and then you went right to roast battles?
I think rape was technically supposed to be the last part.
If it bleeds, it leads.
3 sexual assaults every 2 hours at an open mic.
Oh, no.
This is where the law stops and I start. Sucker.
Dude, it is.
I
wish we could show it.
It wasn't done for 50
Are you
bucks.
dressed? Are you dressed like...
You don't know. You don't know. You're gonna.
So, yes.
Like Pistol Pete said, Earl, this is gonna weed out the non-believers.
Oh, it definitely will. Here's this intro. You're gonna be into the documentary, or you're not.
You'll know right away.
Right away.
Well,
right away.
I think, and it's a joke I do on stage, but I think we can all agree, or maybe we can't. Most specials look the same.
Yes.
You could put Chappelle.
It's a camera, a guy on stage telling jokes with a microphone. Seen it
in front of 1,000 adoring fans. I don't want that.
Yeah.
I might do my special in Tent City. I don't give a fuck,
dude. If we could do it on Skid Row.
Imagine, hey guy, how you doing?
You'll never get the mic back. Also, what the fuck is he gonna say for 25 minutes in that microphone?
Excuse me.
It's just a little homeless crowd work.
So the guy shitting on the street. How you doing, Chief?
Have you seen White Shadow?
Dude, if you start talking about White Shadow and Skid Row on a comedy special for crowd work,
it might be the most legendary comedy special.
But then I want people to go, what the fuck am I watching?
Yeah, they would say that. Yeah, it'd be amazing.
And the White Shadow.
There'd be a lot of people yelling at the TV. Look out behind you, Earl! Somebody's coming with a needle.
Well,
would you do it down at Skid Row?
Probably not, to be honest with you. But
what if we had you in a shark cage where people couldn't get you?
That's the most offensive thing I have ever heard in my life. You put this guy in chainmail in a shark cage so that he can do crowd work at Skid Row. That's one of the funniest things I've ever heard.
That's the special, dude. We drop you down in there.
I'm open to anything. I mean, I just want people to, whether it's on YouTube, Netflix, or wherever, Hulu. I mean, Amazon, they put any fucking thing on. I mean, I had a friend literally upload his special himself. He's at a bar in Vegas, and you literally hear drink orders being taken.
Well, it sounds like he's a good audio engineer.
Well, this guy's got bigger problems than that on his plate. But
do you want Aaron to do the sound for this special?
I mean, why not? I mean, as long as that doesn't cross any lines with Pistol Pete, and we're all working on it's a low budget production.
Yeah, that's the same. Dude, I'm really into this Skid Row comedy special.
How are you going to get the shark cage though? Because I feel like that's the best part.
That's got to be a couple bucks though. Like you're going to have to build it.
Yeah, but you do it out of season, like when people aren't out there. You know, they're sitting around when it's not
true.
shark season.
This guy's like, I'm sitting on 50 Shark Tanks. I can't do fucking anything with them.
Yeah, I'll give it to
Thank
you for
God you
dirt
guys are
cheap.
doing that homeless crowd work special.
Dude, but that could be so avant-garde. I could see Robbie Prof from Netflix going, you know what? This is possible.
Yeah, and not to mention, you love the band Skid Row already.
Right. And ironically, they're on Skid Row.
They're living there now.
I mean, you know, you can only make so many shekels off 18 in life.
Why don't we drive you? We'll put you in the back of a pickup truck in that cage, and you just go around like, hey, look at this guy. I think he just shit his pants.
Dude,
That is crazy.
hey, it's that Axl Rose or a guy who's just got AIDS.
Give us a little
You're
more.
telling people they have AIDS from the back of a truck. Skid Row.
You better make sure that truck's moving.
Holy fuck!
Give
dude.
us a little bit more of this of some potential crowd work you might see in Skid Row.
So we can
Crowd work,
visualize
you know,
it.
I see a topless woman. I said, hey, honey, are you inside? Because your tits are. Hello.
saggy tits.
Yeah. I mean, those are some real knockers.
Yeah, say, hey, those things look ripe for the picking.
Hey, you could walk and cover your tracks with those fucking things.
There you go, it's right there. What about? Okay, you see two guys shooting up, sharing a needle.
You know, I got nothing on that one right now, but
Just hey, go with it.
hey guys, how you doing? You know, you can get AIDS from that. The only way you guys won't get AIDS is if they take those letters out of the alphabet. Hello.
Pretty good.
There you go.
I
There
mean,
you go.
for improv too. Improv.
Yeah. Then you see some like older people, and they have a white shadow poster in their tent.
I mean, it depends what season. Is it season 1 or 2, or is it the lost season with Stoney Jackson?
You could ask them that. Hey,
Stoney Jackson was in the Beat It video.
Who was he in the Beat It video?
He was the guy with the afro. You know who Stoney Jackson is?
Yeah.
He
was
was the
beating
guy
it.
looking hard.
I always confuse it with the Eat It video because they dress the
right.
same.
He might have been in that
Weird
one.
Al and Michael Jackson.
It's shot for shot the same video, dude.
And you know, in the
they just
Beat-
put fat guys in it.
But one's white guy, one's a other white guy.
Well, I just found that video offensive, not for the pedophile allegations against Michael Jackson,
Here we go.
but the fact that he broke up a fight between the Bloods and the Crips and led them into choreographed dance. I mean, that's a
Oh,
little
you think it lost a little
I mean, I
respect for the Street Kings?
little believable, a little unbelievable.
Okay.
My bad.
Well, you also have some breaking Michael Jackson news.
He was apparently had a meeting with Jeffrey Epstein at his Palm Beach house, and I'm wondering how quick that meeting was. When he walked in, it's like, hey, where's the dick? Like, there's all these naked 14-year-olds. Like, that's great for you. And how'd you like to be the girl who drew Stephen Hawking as a massage? Whew. Talk about snake eyes.
Are a lot of these bits going to be on your special?
Dude, maybe this is a special right now. me bombing on the pork report.
You're not bombing. Listen to him laughing, bro.
I mean, what are the comments saying?
This guy says, what's the ma?
No, you put that into any song, it's better. Like, I was listening to the Quiet Riot song, Mama, We're All Crazy Now. And it would have been a lot better if it's like, Mama, we're all crazy now.
Yeah, you can do it with Queen too. Mama, I just killed a man.
I mean, Freddie Mercury. I had a guest on my podcast who had sex with him in a bathroom.
Is that
Really?
true?
I'm interviewing my buddy Jeffrey Mark, very talented singer, and you know, we're going back and forth about his career. You know, he wrote a book on Ella Fitzgerald and all that.
Yeah.
And he just looks at me halfway through the interview and he's like, you know, I fucked Freddie Mercury. I'm like,
That's a bombshell.
yeah, I mean, it was like right out of left field. And I'm like, no, but we're going to talk about it for the next 2 hours. And
Did you talk about fucking Freddie Mercury for
I didn't
2
fuck
hours?
Freddie Mercury.
No, I know, but
I did. I mean, they met there was a bar in New York. I think it was called the Ramrod. And
they had the best names back in the day.
Yeah.
well, I mean, the Al Pacino movie, Cruising.
Yeah, you love cruising.
Well,
It's a great movie, by the way.
Great movie. There's
Remember when he's about to get butt fucked and they busted the door and he's like, "You came in too soon."
Yeah, I was about to get blasted.
That's his exact line from the movie.
No, the best scene is when the great Powers Booth he was the handkerchief salesman, and he's explaining to Al Pacino about the different
colors of the
and
handkerchief.
he's like, well, yellow on the right pocket means you like to get pissed on. Blue in the left pocket means you like to watch and you're into water sports. And then Pacino starts walking out of the store and goes, I'll come back later. He's like, I bet you will. That's where I got I bet you will from. Powers Booth. Great skin.
There's a lot of origin stories going on here. I feel like it's like Superman.
Let me ask you a question.
All right.
Even though you're, would you consider yourself a stand-up comic?
Not really anymore. I used to do it, though.
But who was like your first, and what made you?
Oh, dude, Sinbad.
I did a benefit show with him.
Yeah?
He bombed for about 45 minutes at a breast cancer gig.
I dressed as Sinbad for my 6th grade talent show when I did stand-up.
By the way, Amy's mad. You gave her some of the cruising spoiler alerts. We didn't warn her. Spoiled the movie for
The
her.
movie came out in 1980, honey. Like, if you haven't seen it by now, sorry, but want me to spoil the ending of Gone with the Wind for you? Fuck, man.
That Sinbad bombed, man. When I was a kid, he was my favorite comic.
Well, in full disclosure, I bombed in front of him. So, but he was nice, very nice guy.
Did he ever do a bit, say, women be shopping? Because that's always attributed to him, but I've never found it online. Is it the Mandela effect?
I don't know. I know he did a thing where he said his grandma had a bee on her belt for butt whooping.
It's kind of close to your bit.
I mean, I think it's. I think Women Be Shopping was the Nicholas brothers.
Yeah, because you said I got a D in my pants for butt fucking.
Is that what you said?
I've only done it once. Earl, you've got to slow down. Why? You're not in my pussy. Oh, my bad.
Is that real? Is that a real story?
It was the best, but then she gave me the green light, and I was like,
The green light.
just blast her.
All right.
Can't get it.
Every one of your stories ends with, oh, and then I just blasted
Oh,
it.
it was
Dude, that
not-
shit takes work, dog. Getting a wiener up the butt takes work.
Well, especially when you got the hammer I have. I mean, I'm not Jack Napier, but I got a pretty nice size
So
hog.
you have a pretty big penis. That's what they say. That's what Byron
mean-
Allen says.
Where? I was
Comics Unleashed. No, you have a pretty big penis there.
That's what we should do.
Hey,
So,
Earl,
I heard you've been butt fucking.
I hear you like hockey.
So how'd you get that big hog of yours up the butthole? Then?
Comics Unleashed, revamped.
I mean, his mom used to live in my building, so he would come up to me and like, gee, my ratings are pretty bad, Earl. Why do you think that is? I'm like, maybe because you're interviewing like the 8th cast member from Facts of Life at 4 a.m. You fucking Nimrod.
Well, Byron Allen's doing all right. He just put in a bid for $14 billion to buy Paramount.
oh yeah, I mean, he bought the Weather Channel.
Yeah. What a shit
is
deal.
crazy,
Why would you
dude.
buy the Weather Channel?
But dude,
So he can do Comics Unleashed on the weather.
No, he doesn't. He goes, so I heard you were near a tornado
So
recently.
I heard you were a Nimbus cloud earlier. Is that true?
hey, Alabama, I heard it's snowing there.
I heard you got affected by the El Nino effect earlier. You want to talk about that?
He goes, hey, I heard you like El Nino. Yeah, I actually do. Here's a
So you were fucking a chick in the pussy, and then it slipped all the way up her butthole?
Yeah, and then I was hitting it hard. And,
How the fuck? Dude, it hurts.
Well, you know, I think it's because when you get the vagina so wet.
Oh, you got it real juiced up?
It slipped in, and then
she couldn't even tell.
You guys are doing drugs, weren't you?
no, not at all.
guy doesn't do
I'm
drugs.
straight edge. I'm
What
straight,
the fuck?
and so was she. And then
He's never drank alcohol.
This doesn't make sense, dude.
I'm like, where do you want me to come? She's like, you can come in there. I'm like,
Oops. I mean,
cinnamon ring with the side of cream.
Now, here's the thing. She didn't have time to prepare.
yeah.
Well, you don't have to if you do it right.
But you didn't. So doing it right is shoving it in accidentally and going in and
That's the secret.
hard you can.
She doesn't have time to think about taking a dump on your dick.
The wildest thing I've ever. Anal sex tips with fucking.
No, it's
is your
Lois,
dog barking?
Be cool, be cool.
Oh, I thought that was Aaron. I was like, Aaron, are you alive?
I've got, I'm out of the Vince McMahon.
All right, so I saw bits and pieces. What is the full Vince? He stepped down
He stepped
from
down.
WWE Entertainment.
And now, Ari Emanuel's like just before I came here, wants to clean house in the WWE because there's a lot of Vince cronies that have something to say or something to hide.
Well, he says none of this happened.
Oh, of course.
So what is the truth? He made a guy take a dump on a chick's head?
I mean, is
this true?
There's a girl, Miss Grant. I forget her.
Is that actual footage? Audio?
Yeah, that's audio footage. I have the Hogan thing, and then I have this.
Would have been better than the Royal Rumble I paid 50 hooves for.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that would have been great if he did it in the ring.
Well, they had
in the ring.
He used to have the Vince McMahon Kiss My Ass Club. Boy, that doesn't hold up well.
I do remember that.
Did he take the dump, or he had someone do it?
I think his personal trainer did
he had a
it.
pinch loafer?
I mean,
instead of a pinch hitter?
I mean,
pinch hitter.
I've never, ever been infatuated with the duty.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, you're.
So I'm glad you cleared that up for us.
A lot of people were saying that your major infatuation is with duty. But here's the thing. So Vince McMahon, he had there was rape allegations, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, he said.
And
if you read the text, I don't know if you can pull up the text or like. It's brutal. Like it's basically a sex trafficking because
let me find it.
He allegedly he was trying to re-sign Brock Lesnar, so he sent naked pictures and video of this girl to Brock Lesnar. So that crossed state lines. You know,
was she underage?
No, but like you can't. Like, I guess if you send dirty pictures across state lines.
Oh, without her consent?
Yeah. So
across state lines, you're like, you better get the fuck over here in this state before I text you.
Hey, Brock.
That's wild.
Hey, Brock,
I've
where
never
are
heard
you?
that before.
Well,
dirty picture. He charges dirty pictures across state lines.
I mean, it makes sense, I guess. And there's a lot of comics nervous right now. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, a lot of people have been sending.
Yeah, I mean,
texts.
is that?
It says exactly, baby. He's not the only one. Blank, he blurted out, called me this afternoon begging to eat you and fuck you with his nice, hard dick.
Do you want me to read the girl's part?
Yeah, I do.
Hey, Vince, you're creepy as fuck.
Is that what she says?
No.
I don't know who this is back and forth to. This is from 2021.
This is from Vince to her.
Yeah. And so Vince says, give me another week, baby, and I'll be ready. I'm feeling more like myself. I'm not great, but I'm getting better. Tell him soon.
What happened? His dick
Should
snapped
I read
off?
that since I'm the voiceover guy?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And also, you know how to read.
I mean,
That's bigger than the voiceover.
what are you?
Go ahead.
What are you from the Shaq cold reading class?
I'm from the Mayweather School of Education.
All right, yeah, somebody yell action.
All right, action.
Exactly, baby. He's not the only one. Blank called me this afternoon begging to eat you and fuck you with his nice and hard dick.
Jesus Christ.
I already told him, baby. By the way, Johnny wants Tuesday, but not this coming one, and the occasional Saturday, but maybe I can shift it to Thursday nights. Johnny would like all of the above.
So this sounds consensual. All right, read
Is
this.
it consensual, though?
Maybe he wants 2 other guys to join you with him. Holy shit. You've told me you would do anything with him, so if he surprised you with 2 others, you would have no alternative than to take them on. Oh my God, the stories you could tell me then. It makes me want to come right now.
What the fuck?
By the way, I just thought of what I think is an excellent idea. Maybe you can hint that if he knows someone who can be discreet, it might be better if you and Johnny try him out first so he can get more comfortable before he is introduced to me. Actually, that makes total sense, doesn't it? Sure as hell makes more sense in the end of the Rumble.
Here we go. Here's more.
All right, this is too much. I think the people get the point.
So what did he do? It sounds consensual.
So talk about the duty, though. How did that happen?
Well, apparently they were having a threesome in his office. He has like a side office.
Okay, for fucking.
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't? Isn't there one here?
Hello. This one here says you need your panties ripped off and 3 big black dicks in all 3 holes,
Fucking
all at the same
unbelievable.
time. Way up your pussy, way up your ass, as far as they go, but even further, and the thickest cock goes down your
This is to an employee, by the way.
Jesus
What
Christ.
in the fuck?
Oh,
Here's the crazy thing.
So let's send this guy to an HR retreat, and he'll have this all ironed out.
He named the dildos after WWE superstars. So I'd hate to see Andre the Giant. Hello!
Fuck.
Don't even get me started on what the hornswoggle dildo would look like.
This says, oh my God. This,
You want? Maybe I should read this.
you can leave where we left off. And so the thickest cock
Make
goes
that a
down
little
your
bigger.
throat.
Can you do
All
that?
right, the thickest cock goes down your throat. So, by the way,
I don't know
this is
how
a
to
work
make
email.
it bigger.
This is one of
I don't know how to make. Oh, there we go. There we go.
And the thickest cock goes down your throat, so it makes you gag and convulse as those big black cocks pound away.
Okay.
It feels like from the start you're being assaulted, but it's made you come nonstop. Just one continuous, constant orgasm.
Oh, man.
And just before you pass out, those big black dicks squirt their loads of cum inside you.
What the fuck?
Hold on, man. There's one more. Come on, man. As you lay on your stomach. Oh my God. As you lay on your stomach, the cum is coming out of all your holes. I'll turn you over and jack off all over you.
Wow. And so I don't see the problem here. She's an employee.
And they say wrestling doesn't have good writing.
Oh, my God. Who wrote that?
I think.
What's his name from all those 90s fucking Freddie Prince Jr.?
Yeah, that's it.
No, he's in AEW. It's a different company.
Holy
It was Neil Simon, right? Neil Simon wrote that?
Eugene O'Neill.
Eugene, Eric Bischoff's retarded cousin.
Yeah, you remember that guy?
Harold Pinter, the weird abstract playwright.
No, I was at the WrestleMania where this was the storyline. You had Eugene, who was
He's mentally handicapped.
mentally handicapped, Eric Bischoff's cousin. He's cutting a promo in the middle of the ring about it's great to be here at WrestleMania. Like, and the crowd's loving it. He was very popular. And then all of a sudden, Muhammad Hassan comes out. You know, he was like an Iraqi.
Yeah.
You know, and with his manager.
The wacky Iraqi.
Joey the Wacky. Jeez, there's a name from the past. And he comes out and does the throat, and he puts him in the camel clutch, and then Hulk Hogan takes about 40 minutes to get to the ring.
He's too busy fucking Bubba Who Loves Sponge's wife.
Well, I mean, that's a great video. You know, that video's like his in-ring wrestling, 2 moves and a shitty finish. And at the end,
You took him down.
calls the girl brother. He blocked me for that joke.
Did he?
Because I was on the roast of Ric Flair, and I did that joke, and people are like, why are you making a Hulk Hogan joke? He's not even in the room. Like, of course he's not. That's why I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And,
Did it go over well?
well, it was replayed on that TNT show.
Oh, yeah.
Rich and Shameless. Like, oh, they didn't.
I saw you on that, dude.
They didn't fucking pay me.
I know. You should tell them. I was watching it with Abby, and then I go, oh, there's fucking Earl. There's Earl.
In my rat shirt, leather pants, zipper undone. I was so nervous I didn't button my zipper. And then Ric Flair told me after the roast I was his favorite one, which you'd think would have made me feel good. But then he called me Ron.
It's not even close.
And then there was this girl with giant jugs staring at me, and Ric Flair is just looking at her, and then he looks at me and goes, you want that, don't you? Like she's a piece of beef or something.
Hey, he was groomed by Vince McMahon.
And I'm like, yeah, I'd like to talk to her. And he's like, he starts giving me wrestling advice.
Yeah.
No, or life advice, but only how he talks in his promos. He's like, Earl, you might be the oldest ride in the park, but you got the longest line. I'm like, the fuck are you talking about?
That's your line. You do that line all the time.
I know. And then he's like, Earl, just remember this about this girl. She might be next, but she'll never be first. So I'm like, what?
That's fucking... Dude, did they ever do a wrestling match with Eugene and then those Mexican dudes that came out on lawnmowers?
Oh, yeah. Viva La Raza.
Yeah.
Eddie Guerrero, Chavo Guerrero Jr.
Only in porn and in wrestling do they just get away with these crazy stereotypes.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at how they portrayed African Americans in the world of wrestling, like you had, was it Slick, the jive talking pimp? Akeem, a white guy who spoke jive in a dashiki.
Yeah.
You know, my brother.
And you had Kamala.
Kamala was like a savage who couldn't speak English.
Yeah, and then it was so racist that they ended up cutting his legs off.
And not only
because he got diabetes.
That's true. Not only that, Jeff Dunham had his hand up their ass the entire time making them talk.
Well, you ever see the sketch where Slick is trying to teach Kamala how to bowl?
No.
Oh, it doesn't hold up very well.
I could imagine it. Why don't you describe it to me since we haven't seen it?
Well, can you? I mean, can you get? You can't get like punished for showing a clip, can you?
Somebody comes in here with a belt at ATC, it goes bend over. You're all getting spankings.
Well, no, he's teaching him how to bowl. You know, like we've all bowled.
Yeah.
So Kamala would grab the ball and he'd throw it backwards. Like
because he's so tribal, he doesn't know what to do.
Yeah,
Is that the joke of it?
Well, I will say,
why would you do the complete opposite? If you've never even seen bowling, though, why would you do the complete opposite?
That's crazy.
but the funniest, I will say, this was funny. Like, you know, when you pin someone, you have them on their back, and the ref counts 3. Well, Kamala would knock someone out or whatever, and they'd be on their back, and he'd look confused, like he wouldn't know what to do. So then the manager was like, and then Kamala would get even more confused and turn them over on their stomach, and the ref wouldn't count.
And this happened every time.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
He never learned. The crowd's yelling, "No, you're
right? Yeah,
back!"
the crowd's totally into it.
The joke is that he's so uncivilized that he doesn't know how to put someone in a pin.
Yeah.
It's fucking unbelievable.
Oh, the most.
How did he even get to the? How did he even get to the venue?
Well, in a hut. They have a hut.
What is the Bushman? The Bushman buy his old hut?
He just got one of those stone cars with the wheels that you pedal with your feet.
It's like the Flintstones meets.
Oh, it's the most racist sketch.
It's super racist, dude.
How they brought him in. So he was in World Class Championship Wrestling in Memphis South. Can you imagine the taunts he heard from those crowds?
Oh, Jesus.
He must have thought a ludicrous record was being recorded. And so they go, we're going to go live to the deepest, darkest jungles in Africa right now. And it was at Jerry Jarrett's house in Texas. And he's like, he's in the bushes at Jerry Jarrett's house.
In the yard?
With
just
a
in the
spear.
fucking yard?
Yeah, basically.
Like, unbelievable sketch. It's so racist.
With a Pontiac Grand Dam in the driveway. They're like, we're in fucking
Dogs
Africa.
barking in the background.
Yeah, basically. And he's got a spear. And well, the funniest is when Gary Hart, he's not the politician, but he was a white guy, bald. You know Gary Hart.
Yeah.
He was old school. So this is how low budget these leagues were. He's doing a promo with this wrestler, Killer Brooks. And, you know, he's talking about...
What was Killer Brooks's fucking
white guy,
angle?
beard, like a hillbilly Jim type, but not as polished in WWE.
He wasn't like an I kill
right
gays.
Well,
That's what he said in the 80s.
maybe off camera he did, but... And so Gary Hart's in the middle of this promo. All of a sudden, this black guy pulls up in a Cadillac going, "Hey, Gary Hart." And Gary Hart's like, "I'm doing some business right now, my brother." And then he goes right back into the promo.
Guys are just pulling up on the street. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to.
I'm doing some business right now, brother.
You stay in character, though. It's a great way to, like, not break character ever. When you have to do these promos on the street with people yelling at you.
Well, this was on like a dirt road. So, I mean, you know. But that's before the internet, so you really thought that, you know, Abdullah the Butcher was from the Sudan when his real name's Larry and he's from Windsor, Ontario.
That was a mind fuck for you.
I ate at his Ralphie May took
At
me,
his ass?
No, Ralphie May June and July was actually his real name. He was so big. Ralphie
Never gets old.
I would have jumped into the coffin with him if there was room. Boing! I mean, what a shock! A 700-pound comic died of a heart attack. Ralphie took me to Abdullah's Ribs in Georgia.
What?
He had a restaurant, Abdullah's Ribs.
Oh,
It was a
really?
rib
His
joint.
own? Was he there?
Yeah, he was cooking, and he had hepatitis.
No.
He's like,
He had hepatitis?
He's like cooking over the stove, and like shit's dripping. His forehead, he's hot because he's fucking 700 pounds.
So what kind of ribs did you get? Hep A or Hep B?
I got a Hep DD.
What does that mean?
So I'm just happy to be with you guys, Aaron. And me and Aaron, I'm maybe host of the greatest one-episode podcast
crazy
ever.
that you guys did that.
Do you know that? So Aaron and Earl actually did a solo podcast together.
I do know.
It was part of a Make-A-Wish.
It was the pilot and series finale.
It was. We thought he was dying, so we gave him his wish.
Ratings were so low, people thought it was Dawkins' last record. Hello,
Dawkins. What the fuck? So wait, how do you feel now about this Vince McMahon? Who's taking over?
Well, Triple H.
What did he say? Did he address any of this stuff? He said it was all AI.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Is that what he said?
I don't know.
Deep fake. It's all deep fake.
He deep faked the duty on the chick's head.
Dude, this guy his daughter. What does his daughter say?
Triple
about
H
this?
is married to his daughter. So at the Royal Rumble presser afterwards, you knew some reporter was going to have the balls to say it. And this is how shows you how the world of pro wrestling. That's why I always say it's intertwined with comedy.
Yeah.
So Triple H, what do you think of the Vince McMahon allegations? He's like, I'd like to concentrate on how many seats we sold tonight at the Royal Rumble. I'm like, what? Guy goes into promoting the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Like you've got your CEO accused of not just rape, which would be bad enough.
Yeah, shoving big black cocks
that's
in
fine.
her all three holes and then jacking off on her.
And this is
By the
before
way-
the text had come out.
Yeah.
So he's going into promoting the Royal Rumble, which sucked. I'm an AEW guy. I'll be home tonight watching Dynamite.
Shout out to AEW.
Shout out to Tony Khan. And it's rumored that the debut of Kazuka Okada is tonight.
It's rumored.
He is the New Japan legend.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
You really love it. Do we really love
I love AEW. Kenny Omega, Chris Jericho.
So he's done. He's done. He's 78 years old. Who fucking?
I mean, I don't know what. I mean, the stock of TKO went down, which is the parent company.
They have the UFC and they have WWE.
You know when Ari, what's the guy's name?
Ari Emanuel.
You know when he's like doing pressers, it ain't good.
Is he taking over? Is he going to start doing ladder matches and stuff?
Well, I mean,
Why are you asking about this when we can't? We need to talk about this duty situation.
Well,
It's unbelievable.
I'm building up to it.
I mean, I don't know what his background in wrestling is.
I don't think Ari Emanuel, the fucking legendary Hollywood agent, has any wrestling background.
Well, maybe he could be in charge of my special, and I'll help him out with some wrestling storylines.
Yeah, he goes, hey, sounds like a good trade to me.
Here was my last wrestling pitch. I had Eric Bischoff, who is a legend. You've heard of Eric Bischoff, right?
No, I don't
Of course,
think so.
he has a tattoo of him on his chest.
Yeah, it's where my wife takes a shit.
He was the only man to beat the WWE in ratings for 83 weeks.
Oh, for what did he do?
WCW,
Oh, yeah.
World Class Championship Wrestling.
Okay.
You may have seen that on TBS and back in the day with Gordon Soley.
Yeah. Gordon Lightfoot, too.
And it became the NWA with Nikita Koloff. I just found out Nikita Koloff's not from Russia.
You're on an autism streak right now.
No, he's from Russo, Minnesota.
All right. What is your question?
So, no. But Eric Bischoff, I had him on my couch for the Inappropriate Earl podcast.
Did he also fuck Freddie Mercury?
And I'm killing it for 2 hours. I mean, I'm in the zone. I'm excited. Oh, my God. This is the guy. The Monday Night Wars. This is the man. And I thought, I'm going to go for it. So I get on the edge of the couch. I said, hey, Mr. Bischoff, you're creative. You beat Vince McMahon for 83 weeks, which is unheard of.
Yeah.
I have a wrestling idea for you. And he gets up on the edge of his seat. I'm like, I've got maybe the greatest mind in pro wrestling history in my living room. It's like, let's hear it. I'm like, well, he was best friends with Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
This is at the time Hulk Hogan might have said words that, end in ER.
Yeah. Him and Dog, Bounty Hunter, were hanging out a lot.
So I said, you do a Royal Rumble, which is ironic because it was their pay-per-view this week. And you have Hulk Hogan go to the ring first. The Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Every 2 minutes, a new wrestler goes into the ring. So it's like a battle royal, but staggered.
Yeah.
And I said, Hulk Hogan goes number 1. And then the next 29, every African-American wrestler you have. And instead of every 2 minutes, because, they've got that reputation.
Jesus Christ.
It's every 6 minutes. And he's like, and then what? I could tell I lost him, but I had to go through with the idea. I'm like, well, then they beat him with like chains and whips. It's like total retribution. He's like, I gotta go. I walked him.
You walked him on your podcast?
You also walked a big-time Hollywood director.
Tarantino?
What?
Tarantino.
Oh, I wasn't even talking about him. I was talking about Reitman.
Oh, well,
So you walked Tarantino and Reitman?
What did you do for Ivan Reitman?
well, no.
Similar situation.
Let me get to Tarantino. It's very similar. So I'm on stage in the OR, and you know me. I'm honest.
Yes.
I'm honest,
He
Earl.
is.
What time is it, by the way? I can't be late.
It's 2:08.
2:08.
Yeah.
Okay, we got plenty. So, I'm honest, Earl. Am I
Wait, what time do you have to be there?
Like 3:30.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Am I known as a bullshitter?
No.
I tell the truth.
You shit no bull.
Tell me about it. Her name was Susie. Boing.
What?
When I say I do well, I usually do
Yes.
well.
If you say you do poorly, you've done poorly.
And I rarely kill. I do good most nights, but this night in the OR, I was just in the zone.
AutoZone.
You son of a bitch. You got a bigger laugh on it than I did.
I had my Will Ospreay T-shirt on.
Who's that? From the White Shadow?
No, he's my favorite pro wrestler.
Okay.
He's from the UK and he says "bruv" a lot. So I had a black T-shirt that said "bruv" on it.
Does this pertain to the story?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm feeling it.
All right.
And I've got my fur coat on. I mean, I'm looking like Ric Flair circa 1988 Starrcade when he made Sting. By the way, March 3rd.
You guys are about to have a falling out again.
No, I'm not.
His ass eating is your wrestling.
I like some wrestling.
Scoot it a little more, Andy.
All right.
You're a little off camera.
Okay.
There we go.
By the way, March 3rd.
I got to see a look of disdain on your face.
March 3rd, Greensboro, North Carolina. I'll be at Sting's final match.
Oh, against the Lizard Man.
Oh, I thought you were announcing a date where people come see you. Yeah, come see me at Sting's final match. I'll be in the audience. My seat is 6H.
So I'm killing in the OR. I'm just in a good mood.
Yeah.
I think I just got my dick wet, so I'm feeling it. All of a sudden, Tarantino walks in.
Yeah.
It's packed. He sits in Mitzi's seat, and he's a very identifiable guy.
Yeah.
He's tall,
Yeah.
head bigger than mine.
Yeah.
And I just drop my set and I start doing Django Unchained jokes.
Okay.
Like, hey everyone, who's seen Django Unchained? I laughed 142 times.
Hey-o! Was he loving it?
Dead silence, but he's cracking up.
Yeah.
That's all that mattered to me. So let me get to my
So how did you
Reitmans.
walk him then?
So did you talk to him afterwards?
Yeah, he's
when
like,
you
"You're-"
walked by.
He's like, "You're fantastic."
He goes, "Wait till you see my Pulp Fiction
I'm
set."
like, well, let's talk business. Let's conduct some business.
That's hilarious. And so
So-
people hated the Django.
They didn't dig
Give me
it.
another Django Unchained joke that you have.
I said, hey, if you watch Django Unchained backwards, it ends better for Django.
Okay, very similar to American History X joke.
And Roots too.
It also worked for Roots. So if you see the director of Roots come in, if you see LeVar Burton come in,
Yeah, I loved you in the Ron LaFleur story. And it also works for Schindler's List. It's like, hey, if you watch Schindler's List backwards, they all gain weight. It's what?
oh, that's the time Spielberg was sitting in the back, and
Yeah,
he was dying laughing.
Or it can't work for Tom Hanks in Philadelphia.
Yeah, Tom Hanks was in there once. You did that.
Yeah, hey, the
Philadelphia.
bathhouse scene in the beginning, it's not so bad at the end. Boing! So one night after roast battle, and I'm chilling, and Jason Reitman comes up to me. I'd never met him before. First of all, when he brought his dad up there, Ivan Reitman looks at me during the show and goes, "Who are you?" And I'm like,
Ivan Reitman was there?
Yeah.
By the way, if you don't know who Ivan Reitman is, well, he directed Animal House,
Ghostbusters.
Stripes,
Ghostbusters, Stripes.
Twins.
Yeah.
Did he do Spies Like Us?
I think
or
he
not?
did Kindergarten Cop.
Yeah, every major 80s and 90s comedy.
What does he do?
He's still alive.
Greatest stern fucking edits. Who's your daddy? I'm a cop, you idiot. All right.
I can only do Predator.
You can't. You can only do Arnold Predator.
Like legally?
Hey, you guys want some of this? This stuff will make you a goddamn sexual tyrannosaurus.
That's the Jesse Ventura.
Oh, by the way,
But the follow-up line's better by Richard Chavez. Strap this on your sore ass, Blaine.
That is a good.
now
one.
do you like Jesse Ventura?
He's all right.
Okay, well, we've got Jesse Ventura here.
Maybe he'll be. Here.
Wait, can you do an impression of Jesse Ventura?
We just started.
Do it. Do it.
Why are you putting me?
The
on the
guy
spot,
wants
dude?
it.
I just lost a game of wet biscuit to David Goggins. It's the first time I've ever lost.
That's not bad.
He was jacking off with his calluses till he bled everywhere. I told him I ain't got time to bleed, and then he squirted all over the biscuit. When I was in the Naval Special Forces, it wasn't the Navy SEALs. It was Special Operational Forces. Back in the 50s and 60s, before the SEALs, we invented a missile. It was called the Hammercock missile. And what they did was they put an operative like myself inside the missile. They'd fire a human being over at Fidel Castro, and they'd try to strangle him with a little piano wire from Cambodia.
That's solid. Solid.
He loves it. He loves it.
It's very solid.
Have you ever seen Ben Shapiro's sister's titties?
We
They're
should do
fucking huge.
a table read of Predator.
We should.
I do Schwarzenegger, you do Ventura, and you do all the others.
I could do Shade Black. Hey guys, what's going on?
Hey, Billy, I said to my wife, geez, I'm like a little pussy. She said, me too. Mine's as big as a house. You see, it was the echo.
And then he starts going.
That's I do a good impression of Sonny Landham. I might have to take his parts too.
I'm losing parts by the minute. Who's Aaron gonna play? Aaron can play the Latino woman.
No, Eric play the old colonel at the beginning, looking good, Dutch.
Oh yeah.
R.G. Armstrong.
We're not mercenaries.
That's
No.
great.
Is that a good?
That's great.
That's a pretty weak Schwarzenegger. We're rescue team. We're not assassins.
Hey, Dutch, you ever had Vince McMahon order another guy to take a shit on a woman's head? It'll make you a sexual tyrannosaurus.
Hey, strap this on your sore ass, Blaine.
And then I'll play the South American woman.
Yeah.
Oh no!
The big man.
No predator!
The big no. That's backstage at an open mic. The big man. He must have wounded it. His blood was on the leaves. If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Who's that?
Schwarzenegger.
You know who I'll
He's
play?
Mexican.
I'll play Bill Dukes.
Okay.
It's Bill Duke, not Bill Dukes.
No, there was more than one of them.
What do you think his brother's Frank from the Coop?
No, it was the Bill Duke brothers.
Bill Dukeses.
Dude, he was the pimp in American Gigolo.
Yeah, one of my favorite movies.
Really?
Yeah, oh, I love it,
Dude,
dude.
I can recite that scene when he's talking to Richard Gere word for word.
Oh, what he's telling them?
When they're at the cafe. Give me an action.
Action.
You know, you're walking awful thin line, Julie. All the other boys are happy. Tennis, dip in the pool, once a month tricks, and orgasm. I'm just telling you, as a friend, these bitches ever turn on you, you're through.
Yeah, that's good.
That was fantastic.
That was good. Where's the round of applause?
I'm getting to it. Hold
What's
on.
the chat? What's the chat? saying?
People are saying.
Neil, it's your time for. Can you do a movie quote too? We'll all do a movie quote. We'll all do a movie monologue quote.
What is this? Oh,
Jesus, bro.
Randomly checking in, and of course, Earl is doing a Predator line.
there we go.
I just did the American Gigolo line.
This guy fucking. You panicked when you looked at the chat. And every time you
It's
look
like
at
when they
his chat,
used to ask me to read in class. I go,
dude. When O'Neill has to open the reading program while in his brain while he's live,
Want
it
me to
is
do
fucking
the gay
rough.
nightclub scene between Richard Gere and Bill Duke?
Oh, that's what he starts. I'll do any tricks you want.
I'll do kink. I'll do gay. Anything you want.
He didn't say gay.
Oh, he said the F word.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't say it on the podcast.
Yeah, I don't. I do say it on stage once. It's a great joke that an ex gave me. So.
What? Don't do that.
It won't mean as much.
Without the slur. Without the slur, it's worthless.
Well, no, it's okay. I won't say the word, but I'll do the lead up to it. I'm like, hey, we all remember Michael Jackson, right? And a little golf clap. It's one thing to be a pedophile, but two.
Oh, I've heard that bit on stage.
It's a Skakel classic.
Yeah, it is. It is.
So they're in the nightclub, the gay nightclub, and Bill, say action. You're Richard Gere. Now, here's your line, though. Here's your line.
By the way, before we do this, let's switch over to the Patreon.
Okay.
We're going to switch over to the Patreon so that you can.
I only got about 10 minutes.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Why got to be in West Hollywood?